Okay, so Edge is injured again, as I'm sure you all know, and I just thought I'd share my views on the whole issue, mainly because both me and my review partner Bobby are massive Edge fans. We're Edge heads, if you like, and we're both pretty gutted he's injured. It is definitely a big loss, both to WWE and to the SmackDown brand in particular. So yeah, I'll start off with a little report of how Edge got injured for those of you who don't know exactly what happened. Edge was wrestling Jeff Hardy at a meaningless house show, totally meaningless. Very early in the match, he performed a leapfrog and landed awkwardly on one of his feet. I believe it was his right foot. And it transpired that he'd torn his Achilles tendon, which basically means he can't walk for a month. And can't compete for a long time thereafter. He's since had surgery on it, and those around him say it went as well as could be expected, which is good news, I suppose, but he'll still be out till probably January 2010, which is not good news at all. Right, first, I'd like to dispel a myth that I've read some idiotic comments on other people's thoughts on this and stuff like that. That said that Jeff Hardy injured Edge. No, Jeff Hardy did not injure Edge, right? That's just totally ignoring any facts. You know, I don't like Jeff Hardy, right? I would not defend Jeff Hardy if he didn't deserve it. I don't view him through rose-tinted spectacles or anything like that, but there's no way Jeff Hardy injured Edge, right? This was not a Jeff Hardy botch in any way. Edge was doing a leapfrog. That was it. He landed awkwardly. These things happen, right? If it's anyone's fault, and I think it probably is this person's fault or these people's fault, it's the WWE bookers for booking Edge in an extraordinary number of matches in an extraordinarily short period of time. As far as I can tell, Edge must have wrestled 5 matches in 3 days. I may be wrong about that. I may have, I don't know exactly when everything's taped and stuff like that, so correct me if I'm wrong, but you take the point anyway. He wrestled 5 matches in a really short period of time. Here's how it breaks down, right? He definitely wrestled on Sunday at the Bash. Thereafter, they did a double Monday Night Raw taping, both on Monday. He wrestled on both shows, so he wrestled twice that night, so that's 2 and 3. He then wrestled on SmackDown, which I believe is taped on Tuesday, 4. He then wrestled on Superstars, which I believe is taped the same day, 5. So Edge wrestled 5 times in 3 days. Could be wrong, but you take the point anyway. Then Edge goes to wrestle on a meaningless house show. This is ridiculous. Edge is a megastar. Edge is a real megastar in the wrestling business, okay? There are only 2 people more important in the company, John Cena and Randy Orton. That's it. And in one way, Edge is better than both those. In fact, in my view, in every way, Edge is better than both of those. But in one way in particular, in that Edge can actually carry a brand. Edge is capable of doing that. He has done it with SmackDown in the past. He doesn't have to right now because SmackDown's really good, but he has in the past. Whereas if the legacy angle has proved anything, it's that Randy Orton cannot carry a brand by himself. So Edge is ultra important. He is injury prone, and they've made him wrestle 5 matches in 3 days. And then they've made him wrestle a fucking house show. That's ludicrous. That is totally ludicrous. Yeah, so I'm pretty pissed off about this. And the reason I'm particularly pissed off is that they've started booking Edge's character really well recently. They really have. They've transformed his character a bit. No one really noticed. They did it really well, quite subtly. But recently, Edge has been getting so many clean victories that he just wasn't getting before. They'd made the mistake of making him look too weak. He'd lost too many matches. He was unable to pin people with his finisher. But suddenly, he's pinning everyone with his finisher, He's pinned CM Punk clean. He's pinned Jeff Hardy clean. He's pinned John Morrison clean, which is quite hard to do these days. He's pinned Rey Mysterio clean, all by just hitting the spear, That's impressive. That's how Edge should be booked, rather than just the guy who can't beat anyone, who has to cheat to beat everyone. Also, he was involved in comfortably the most fascinating angle in WWE by miles, this angle with Chris Jericho, who of course, those two are my two favourite wrestlers, and objectively, I'd still say are the two best wrestlers in WWE all round. Brilliant on the mic, and apparently, and I totally believe this, it was leading to a storyline where they feuded with each other and Edge turned face. And while I don't necessarily want to see Edge turn face, I'd rather see Jericho turn face because he's a better face than Edge. That would still be great. I'd still love to see those two feud against each other. But that's all ruined because they booked Edge in too many matches. Ridiculous. So all that good work goes to waste. I just don't get that at all. The one bright spot in all this is that SmackDown managed to push CM Punk at the right time, so now CM Punk was ready to become the dominant heel on SmackDown for a bit, and now he can just do that, and it's probably quite a good thing for CM Punk that Edge is injured, because, you know, people won't compare him to Edge at all, which will be good for him because he can't stand up to it. But this once again shows the importance of pushing young superstars, you know? Imagine if Randy Orton got injured on Raw. They've not pushed any of the young guys, any of the young heels, nearly strongly enough, you know, a Swagger or a Miz, so no one could step into that. They'd have to turn Triple H heel or something like that. So that's the importance of pushing these young guys. You know, that's it. This is it shown. When Edge gets injured, CM Punk is stepping straight into his boots. But yeah, I'm really annoyed about this whole thing. Edge is such a charismatic wrestler. Edge is such a compelling and appealing character that I'm already excited about his return. Already. Even though, you know, he's going to be injured for like 6 months. He's not going to return for ages. I'm already excited about it. In fact, I'm probably more excited about Edge's return than I am about anything else on WWE programming, with the exception of Crime Time's Word Up segments, of course. No, but seriously, I'm probably more excited about his return than anything. Those of you who saw my Q&A video will know that I've already planned how Edge is going to return, or at least propose the way he could return by, because he's due to be out till January 2010. He obviously must come back and win the Royal Rumble. That'd be such a beautiful booking. He'll probably come in at number 30 and, you know, Edge's music will play and everyone will be shocked. And I know it's a cliche and all that, but it would be great, just for once, if someone returned during the Royal Rumble and won it, that I actually wanted to return and win the Royal Rumble. But yeah, I really hope they do that. That would be absolutely glorious. But this whole thing is a real shame, and they should never, ever, ever have put him in that many matches. The guy's injury prone, and he's so important to your company. But anyway, yeah. Okay, I'm finished, I believe. So please tell me your views on Edge's injury and all that sort of stuff. Do the usual stuff, comment, and then rate this video and subscribe if you wish. Okay, bye.